April 6th was the third time we went out there, and there was me, Bob, Gene Huff, Bob's wife, and his sister. We rented a car because the motorhome had a bad, and we started driving down this road, and we had in the trunk a Geiger counter. Bob, for some reason, had brought a pistol with him, and we started driving down this road, and in front of us we saw lights. It was like two or three cars, and we kept going, and then pretty soon it looked like they were heading for us. So I said, okay, let's turn around. We don't want to get caught around here. And Bob said, no, I can't afford to get caught because I work there. And so we turned around and headed back down this road towards the Highway 375, I think it is. And and security was going to catch us, so we stopped. I jumped out, started setting up the telescope. Bob said, I'm going out into the desert. You guys come and pick me up when security's gone. And he headed out into the desert. About that time, security stopped, slid to a halt, and I ran up to the security guard, and I said, what do you guys want? Are you doing a dope deal here? And they said, no, we're not doing a dope deal. We need security here, and we need to see your driver's licenses and Social Security cards. So we showed them that, and they said, okay, you need to get out of here. We can't force you to leave, but we can make it awful uncomfortable if you do stay here. So we started out, actually we went up, and then Bob came out of the desert and unfortunately made some comments like that he had his his gun pistol pointed right at one of the guys and was ready to pull the trigger if they tried anything, which unfortunately was recorded on. But anyway, when we got Bob, we started out and hit the road. And as we hit the road, the sirens and lights of Lincoln County Police were on, and we were stopped by them. And they told us to pull over, get out of the car, put our hands up on the roof. And he said, I got two questions. I want to know where the gun is, and I want to know why is there 5 people on the in the car now when there was only 4 at the test site. So we hemmed and hawed around for about 45 minutes to an hour. Never did tell him anything, and then pretty soon the policeman says, I don't know why I'm being told this, but I'm being told to let you go and to tell you to head to Las Vegas and not to head back here again. And so that's when we all got back in the car, headed towards Las Vegas, and didn't discuss the operation until we were in the car headed back to Las Vegas. And at that time, I thought that we had talked among ourselves that it had to be pretty serious, and that we were not going to mention it.
So basically, the one last part for listeners, the little teaser. Bob receives a phone call the next day.
I received a phone call from Dennis Mariana, his boss, and said, Bob, don't go to the airport today. He said, I'm going to pick you up. Bob said, okay, and Dennis told him, picked him up, and said, drove him to what was then called the Air Force Base up at Tonopah, and it's now called Creech Air Force Base. And they took him to Creech, and as Bob told it, they pulled him out of the car with a gun in his ear and said, now, Bob, when we gave you this clearance, he said it didn't mean that you were supposed to take all of your friends to the test site and show them the sign.